I'm done. That's it.
All right.
You
Okay. We can go? Okay.
You
Cool.
can pull that if you want.
It is recording, yeah. All right, here we go. Hi everybody, welcome back to FRAG-MENTAL. This is a pretty special video. I'm here with Stephen from Redolessence.
Hey everyone.
And I know I said I will do a full review of this fragrance, and I will, but whilst I've got this man, I wanted to get his first impressions on a fragrance that I know he loves so much. It's the new Roja Parfums Parfum Cologne. Stephen's going to be sharing his first impressions. If you want to hear that,
Stay tuned to FM.
so it's a pretty special thing for me to be here, because the only reason that I know this fragrance, the only reason that this has become my favourite fragrance of all time, is through watching your channel.
Oh wow!
I was
really?
watching a top 10 tobacco fragrances one day, and
Oh man!
the way that you talked about this it compelled me to want to smell it. So I got a sample. I used that sample up very quickly. I got another sample. I used that up very quickly, and I thought, you know what? It's got to be my first kind of niche purchase. So
That's amazing.
I paid
Thank
full
you for
retail. So thank you, because you switched me onto this, and it was your it was the way that how passionately you talked about it, and I used to tune into your channel and see the background behind you, and the first few times I watched your videos, I thought, this guy works in a shop. It's like, this is his shop. He's he sells these fragrances. He's like the tender of the shop, and
It's funny, I get comments all the time,
Yeah.
like, can you sell me a decan of so-and-so fragrance, or
Yeah.
how much are you letting this bottle go for? And I'm like, no, I'm actually a collector, I don't sell anything.
it looks like you're standing at the counter of a shop,
Yeah.
and you're talking about fragrances that you sell because you love them. So I bought Enigma because you sold it to me.
It's amazing, I'm flattered, thank you.
And here I am now today, having, because of that reason, Roger reached out to me when I went to Milan and asked me if I'd like to do a video with him. So I said yeah, and the video, I did 2 videos, and one of them that I wanted to do was interview him about the inspiration behind my favourite fragrance, Enigma. So I spoke to Roger on camera, and he told me his reasons, his inspirations behind this fragrance. So I had that massive pleasure because you switched me onto this fragrance. So
That is incredible.
welcome to FRAG-MENTAL, and thank you
so
for introducing
much.
me to
No, of course,
Enigma.
it's my pleasure.
And that's why I'm so proud to be able to talk to Stephen about the new Parfum Cologne, which is released in the UK, but not yet released in the US. I'm just looking at this bottle actually here. It says, it's the first time I've held a bottle that says Creation E and not Enigma. What do you think of the name of Creation E compared to Enigma? Do you have a preference?
I think I prefer Enigma, just because he has a couple different creations, and so sometimes I get them confused, and so I have to spell it out. And Enigma, I think it's a name that is befitting of the composition, just because it is so enigmatic, it's so complex, and every time I wear it, I pick up on something different from it. And like you know, I have a lot of really positive memories that I've worn that fragrance in, and so there's always that positive association. I just love this fragrance so much.
Yeah, and now to this point, I've owned it for I think 2 years. I've worn this for special occasions like weddings and christenings. I was best man at my friend's wedding 2 weeks ago.
Oh my God,
So
congratulations. That's
thank you.
awesome.
And this scent reminds me of those special occasions. It reminds me of being the best man, of standing up and doing a speech. So it's a very special thing for me.
Yeah.
We have the new range of Roja's Parfum Colognes, which I'm just, I'm in awe of, because I think they're fantastic. So let's get Stephen's impressions on the Eau de Parfum and the Parfum Cologne, because I know you're very fond of this one. So
Yeah.
Remind yourself
Okay.
of the Eau de Parfum first of all.
That's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
Let's see. This stuff is so good. I love this
It's so
stuff.
good. Yeah, it's quite
And,
addictive, isn't it?
It is. So I have the sticker label one. I don't get much.
The old vintage,
Yeah,
right?
like the really
Okay,
old one.
cool.
And personally, I don't get much of a differentiation between the two. Like, they still conjure the same memories. So funny enough, like I purchased my bottle from a fellow fragrance reviewer, or like an ex-fragrance reviewer, Freddie. And so
Freddie Frags.
And and I actually wore it to like one of his parties. And so every single time that I smell the fragrance, I'm reminded of like this Cuban themed cigar party that he threw.
Yeah.
And how fitting, like this is
Perfect
a tobacco
fitting.
dominant
That
scent.
absolute, if ever there was an occasion for Enigma, it's a party like that.
So good.
So that was a comparison between this gold label and the paper label. That was the comparison you were making there, between those two.
I would imagine if I smelled them side by side, I might pick up some differences, but smells really good. Conjures the same memories.
I've not really heard there's any difference between vintage and the recent formulation.
Okay, so that's a good thing.
So here we go. It's pre-sprayed. This is the Parfum Cologne. You've smelt the other Parfum Colognes in this new line of Roja's, but you're not as familiar with this. You did have a little sniff earlier.
On you.
On me, because I came in wearing it. So here you go. This is the Enigma Parfum Cologne. So see how that compares to...
I would like to say on you it smells amazing, and it was like really booming off your skin. So I don't know how many sprays you did, but like beastly performer. So
it was projecting a lot. And I get that as I'm wearing it throughout the day. I'm constantly getting wafts. As I'm talking to you now, I sprayed this hours ago now, and I'm still, getting lovely wafts from
really upset at myself that I couldn't guess it initially, but I did get it down the line.
You smell so much stuff though, so don't beat yourself up.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's really good. Yeah.
So this is just the atomizer. I have the bottle at home, but because I was traveling with carry-on luggage to the States, I just brought this, and I really wanted Stephen to smell this. So,
I'll be totally honest. I don't pick up much of a difference from it.
I'm the same.
Okay,
I'm glad you said that. Good. Do you mind if I smell them both?
Yes, please do.
Yeah.
But I mean, if the new concentration is indicative of its performance, and you just walking in here and it booming off your skin, then I would say that that's amazing, because this one does really, really well on me for the first couple of hours, and then I do realize that it kind of sits a little bit closer to the skin, and so I would imagine that the diffusiveness of the new Parfum Cologne would be a little bit stronger.
Because of the nature of the composition, it's just going to be projecting a little bit more. So the idea behind this Parfum Cologne is that Roja's gone in and re-engineered the DNA a little bit to add some more citruses. I think there's some more, is it lemon oil, if I'm correct, at the top that he's added more of, and maybe more of the bergamot, but he's upped the citruses, because the idea behind this line is he wanted the traditional eau de cologne type of scent, but with the lasting power of the pure parfum. And from what you've said and from what I've experienced myself, the lasting power is indicative of the pure parfum concentration, but with more initial projection and perhaps versatility, because anything with a bit more citrus up top is very crowd pleasing and mass appealing, and maybe a little bit more wearable. I found, and I've worn these side by side, so I've had a lot more experience to test the two of them than you have. But what I found was that with the Parfum, and this is the EDP of Enigma we're testing, by the way, and I compared it to the Parfum. With the Parfum of Enigma, I found you immediately go into this deep dive into this lovely boozy cognac with the smokiness of the tobacco and the vanilla and a bit of ginger in there as well. And it's all so smooth and so well done. With the Parfum Cologne, you just get a little bit more citrus up top, not so much that it changes the DNA or the composition, but it just has this brightness subtly, and it just has, as you say, this diffusiveness that allows it to project. And I think that makes it, and I think the heaviness of the Parfum base allows these top and head notes to remain projecting for longer.
Yeah. And truth be told, the original is not one that I've ever had a hard time with when it comes to performance. But remind me, this one is a lot more inexpensive, right, than this one? So
this is an important thing to note, because particularly in the UK, maybe you can let me know what the US price is, but for this size bottle, for the 50ml, in the UK you're looking at around £240 for the EDP concentration, and near to £500 for the Parfum concentration. So it is pricey stuff, but obviously with Roja you're getting luxury niche.
Sure.
Now with the Parfum Cologne, and the idea is that they want it to be a bit more versatile, a bit more mass appealing, appeal to more people. Obviously it's a marketing thing and it's a sales thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's something that's needed within that line, because for 225 you're getting 100ml.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So that is by far the most affordable version of Enigma that's on the market currently. And I think the longevity is a touch, with the Parfum, is a touch longer.
Better, yeah.
But I think maybe the initial projection with the Parfum Cologne is better, so maybe that just balances things out a little bit.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what that person's needs are. And so if you know you're going to apply it right before you go to work, you're in a close encounter environment, you want to get noticed, or like you, if you're the best man at a wedding and you know you're going to be standing up next to the groom and you want to, you know, show the world how much better you smell than him. I'm kidding. No, but...
Well, you know what, I didn't, because he wore Carlisle from Parfum de Marly, because I bought...
solid choice.
We clubbed together and bought that for him for his birthday months before.
Amazing.
And he was so amazed. He's got... Pritesh, if you're watching, I'm glad you enjoyed Carlisle. We all, about 10 of us, clubbed together and bought him that. He smelled amazing on his wedding day.
I'm sure he smelled great, yeah.
I can't claim to smell better than him, unfortunately. But, he was wearing a good fragrance. But yeah, it does give you that feeling. So if anybody out there has not smelled Enigma, or if you think it's something that's on your radar, you think you might like the notes, and it's a little bit pricey, then 100ml for £225 I think is amazing value for a Roja fragrance. I think it's stonking value.
And the presentation's gorgeous.
Gorgeous presentation, yeah. So I will do a full review of this fragrance at some point. This was Stephen's first impressions.
Thank you so much for sharing it with me.
I think it's safe to say that you, based on what you smell off the paper and what you smell off me having sprayed it 4 or 5 hours ago and still smelling it and still getting the projection, and Carlos over here was saying the same thing. He's been talking about it, and Andrea from Curly Sense is also in the house and she was saying the same thing. So there's a lot of love for the Enigma Parfum Cologne. So I would really say at least, I think it's exclusive to Selfridges in the UK. I'm not sure where it will be sold in the US. Go and check it out if you can, because it's a definite winner in my eyes. And I think I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah, I love it just as much as I love the original.
Yeah. Stephen, thank you for your thoughts. It means a lot to talk about Enigma with you. As I said, without you, I wouldn't own this, so it's all come full circle. So
thank you, Chris. I really appreciate that too.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Stephen. Hopefully you can come back on FRAG-MENTAL again.
I would love that. Whenever you want me on, I'm down.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Remember, keep tuning into FM and keep smelling good.
Bye. That was cool. No, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for being so cool.
It was amazing.
Thank you. Thank you.
I always want to know how you do the thing where like it zooms into the bottle in your hand.
Oh, right.
I think that's like the coolest thing.
Ooh.